I try to think about, or keep in mind rather, the color of the dog and the color of the hat it's going to be wearing, and then all the colors that are around it. So if this dog was yellow, I'm not going to give him a yellow hat. But because he's gray, yellow is like a nice foil for gray. I also think that green, like a bright green with this checkerboard look, would be really nice. Something, a green that's like yellow based, or a more yellowy green. So I'm going to do that. But so it doesn't clash with the background, I'm actually starting with the same hue as the background color green. And then I'll just mix some yellow into that. Actually, this is a little darker than that green, but it's still generally the same, similar color. This is going to be like an olivey looking kind of green. I think that's clashing. Go away. Found it. Here's the palette I used before. I'm going to use some of this right here. I think it's a different brand actually. This one was Winsor & Newton, and the one I just used is Holbein. I love Holbein paints. They're my favorite. I just think their colors are really great, and the paint always is very uniformly textured. It's good stuff. Just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna maybe like blend them a little bit, just a little. And then, you know what? I'm gonna put. Okay, we're gonna do checkerboard on the little top of the cap, and then we're gonna do that. The piping a different color. Maybe like I was thinking maybe a red. Red might be cool. Thing is, I don't want to confuse it with too many hot colors, but I think if we use red and the pink, that might be okay. But things do tend to look muddy if you use too many different colors, so that's something to be mindful of for sure. And if you're going to be using two hot colors in a way like this, you want to make sure they go well together. That one's not like a blue red, and the other one's not like a an orange red. You want to keep everything looking like they belong in the same universe. And sometimes it's hard to tell because everything's relative compared to what else is next to it, and you know what else is in the picture. I mean, you can break the rules for sure, but you just have to be careful, and just you have to know. You have to know. You have to know the basics before you can break the rules successfully. That's all. I think I might want to break the rules today. I love this color. Cadmium red hue. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna use just a little bit of it, and I'm gonna temper it a little bit with some of the some of that jaune brilliant color, that neutral, because as is, it doesn't live in the same universe, but we're gonna make it live in the same universe. We're gonna force it into the same universe. And the way we're doing that is we're going to neutralize it with a little bit of the jaune brilliant number 1 color. So as you can see here, this is the mixed cadmium red, which is now kind of a soft red. This one is right out of the tube. And if we put this one on our painting, your eye's going to go to that all the time, or it's just going to be distracting. But this one, this is going to melt into the painting. It's just going to work really well and nice. And it's going to look like it belongs there. See? It looks pretty. It still draws your eye, but it doesn't distract you in a negative way. And it stands out, but it doesn't stand out too much. It doesn't stand out like garishly, like it's not supposed to. And then what you can do if you want to, for a little bit of accent for shading, is take a little of the pure cadmium and just barely like edge. Let's get that. Edge the ends just to give it a little bit of gradation for interest, to show some dimension. Okay. Before I hang it up with you, I'm gonna go back into my pink hat because I want to pump it up a little bit. Just a little. So, you know, sometimes you have to live with something for a minute before you can really see how everything else is affecting it. And then as you work further, then everything else affects everything else, and then you have to kind of constantly reassess your painting, the balance of the colors, and how everything works together. So it's just kind of a process that way. It's fun though. It's neat. It's fun to make decisions like that on the fly and, you know, be responsible if they don't work out. Somebody's got to pay. Oh, that's kind of cool. That made a neat little texture. I like that. Okay, so the next time you see the painting, they'll all be colored in.